What is going on, everybody? Meister here, and welcome back to Gasparilla Harbor. Here we are overlooking the entire map, and in today's episode we're going to be working kind of all over the place. Now, right now in St. Patricksburg, we're off to a pretty decent start. We're still dealing with a little bit of a garbage issue here. Still not sure if that is going to resolve itself. I mean, it's been there for quite a while now. But I went ahead and plopped a recycling center to sort of offset our garbage collection here at the landfill because it's almost full already. And also this recycling center is going to help out with the city's profits. So right now it is costing us money, but apparently there is profit to be made with these buildings as, you know, businesses and whatnot are incentivized to recycle, which can make you some money. But anyways, we're not going to worry about that too much in this episode. What I would like to start off with is I'm going to head on over back into Gasparilla, the actual town, and we're going to just overview how things are going over here. Not much has changed just by glancing over the city. Still a ton of businesses are complaining of not enough customers. But like I've stated before, I think this is just a matter of not having enough population in the area to serve all of these businesses. So I'm going to work towards resolving this. I don't know how effective we're going to be in this episode, but nevertheless, we're going to at least try. Now, these streets here have been living dormant for the last number of episodes, and I think it's time that we fill them in with some residences. However, it's not unrealistic to have these streets just laying here forever. This is a very Florida-esque thing. There is so many failed development projects in Florida. It's pretty crazy. You have these swaths of acreages with just these empty street layouts all over the state. It's pretty crazy. I think it has something to do with the 2008 crash or something like that, but I'm not really sure. If any locals want to shed some light on why there's just so many empty developments, that would be pretty interesting. But this empty development is soon to be filled in with some fancy new waterfront beach themed homes. So I'm just going to keep things simple here, and I'm going to start zoning this entire area. But at the same time that I am just blanketing this entire neighborhood with low density residential, I have to be mindful to make sure that I have enough services to supply this entire area. So right now I'm not doing very well as far as elementary school capacity. So I'm going to start with plopping down an elementary school to get started. And I think right over here would be a decent spot. So this will cover the entire southern portion of this town. And just because I know I'm going to use it, I'm going to plop an extension wing. And I guess may as well do a gymnasium as well. You know, we got to keep our kids in shape. There we go. Now there's missing something. A whole lot of parking is what's missing. So, oh, actually, hang on. I am going to move this entire structure over here temporarily. This is going to cost me, but it's okay. It's going to be worth it. The reason why I'm doing that is I want there to be some front side parking in front of this school. So, I think I'll just do a long parking lot fit. It will. There's going to be a bit of a gap though, but I think that's fine. And then I'll just build a street in front here. And then we'll replace the school where it was. Oh crap, maybe it won't fit. I think I might have to turn off snapping. Oh yeah, look at that. It'll fit just perfectly. Wonderful. And then I have a little cluster here, a little piece of land. I don't know what we're gonna plop. I guess I could do an outdoor playground, but then it's a pretty weird location for playground. Maybe, well, I could do a nice little park like this. There, let's do that. All right, and then surrounding the school will be endless low density housing everywhere you look. Absolutely magnificent. So luckily I have all the demand in the world right now. So we should be able to fill this area in pretty good. And actually, in the last little while, roundabouts have become zonable. So let's see what we can do here. Let's maybe build up a couple of roundabouts on the tips of these streets. And we can at least fit a couple of homes. I don't know why there's no zone spawning here, but that's okay. At least if we can have a couple of homes, that would look pretty cool. And then let's keep going in this area. So I still have 0 commercial demand, which is a bit odd, but that's fine. It'll be all residential. And now I'm gonna make sure to maybe build, oh, here's a good location for a small playground, maybe a dog park. Dog park in this corner. There, look at that, guys. Got a whole new subdivision being built. And we're over 20,000 people in the city now. Very exciting. Now there's probably going to be a little bit of an exodus here that's going to happen pretty soon because I've just installed the Bye Bye Homelessness mod. So like for example, if I go see here in this this peninsula area, you can see that we got some tents in all the parks around the city. Now when this mod is enabled, it does take a bit of time for it to take effect. So by the end of this video, we may actually be under 20,000 in population. Not really sure on that yet, but we'll have to see what happens. But oh my god, to my surprise, we're still fully... We still have like a full bar of low density residential. So let's keep going here on the other side of this railroad track. And then let's populate all of these streets over here. There we go, and of course I'm going to do right on the water. And then this canal has kind of failed. It's kind of challenging with the slope of the water here. I'll have to figure out what to do with this canal. I think I may want to put a constant water source. And then maybe I'll put it, I don't want to put it too high. So maybe if I put it like here, maybe I'll reduce the radius. Oh, it looks like I can't. Okay. There, let's try a water spawner here and hope that it does not flood out this entire area. Actually, I think it will because we do have quite a bit of elevation change here. So I think, how would I even do this? Oh, I see now. Okay. So maybe I'll want to lower this to like 32 meters. Let's play this out and we'll see what happens. Look at that. We have a whole new subdivision. Wow. Let's accelerate the simulation speed and watch this area develop. Still have some streets over here as well that I could probably zone. And I guess I'll zone all of this little strip as well. There we go, guys. Oh, perhaps I could have actually raised the height level of this spawner. Let's maybe do like 37 meters. Bump it up a little bit. We might even need more than that, but I'm kind of scared of going like way too high. 39 meters perhaps. Anyways, I'll fix that up afterwards, guys. I think it might even slowly begin to flood. Here, let's stop at 40. I don't want to go any higher than that. But wow, look at that, guys. Whole new subdivision. Now I'm gonna fill in some of these areas with maybe some walking trails in behind. Now, a lot of Florida neighborhoods, especially ones that are kind of like oddly shaped like this, will have walking trails leading in and out of various corners. I think I'll sacrifice this home in order to build a trail like this. And look at that, we've actually gained a piece of zoning by doing that. There, and then I suppose I'll cram in a couple trees in here. You know, some big old oak trees. And you know what? We're starting to get kind of inland. I think I'll do, where are they? Pine trees. Florida has a lot of native pine species, so make sure to have lots and lots of pine trees. More inland, I think, you know. The more inland you go in Florida, the less developed and manicured it tends to be, so it makes sense to have a couple of, you know, bigger pine trees. There we go. Well, this area is pretty well developed now. It looks like the canal is filling itself in. You know what? I'm gonna chance it. Let's go. Let's boost this way up to like 42 meters, and then I think I may even expand. How do I do that? Oh, here. I'm gonna increase the size of it a little bit. 36 meters. Let's try that. And hopefully it does not flood out this entire neighborhood. That'd be pretty terrible. And it'll come as a pretty big surprise, because for the next part of this episode, I'm going to be working in a totally different part of the map. Actually, you know what? Before I do, I feel like this little apartment complex should have some more parking. So let's do maybe... Can I fit a long parking lot in here? Nope, it's gonna destroy one of the buildings, so I'll just do... I'll do a couple of tiny parking lots. How about that? Here, I'll just sacrifice another house, and then we'll have a couple of parking lots servicing this this entire complex here. Can I fit another one here? Yup, it appears I can. And I think that should do it. And then just for aesthetic purposes, I will, I'll just interconnect everything. How about that? There, you know, it's all in the minor details sometimes. All right, so this has granted us a couple thousand more people in the city. However, it has done very little to fix our low customers problem. You know, I think this is just a result of having so much low density, car dependent, low density residential. And, you know, some of these businesses are just, there's probably not a whole lot we can do apart from building, you know, some large apartment buildings nearby. But who knows? They might disappear. But what is not disappearing, to my surprise, is the garbage piling up. So I think this is a bug at this point. I kind of suspected it was a bug from the beginning, but this pretty well confirms it because, you know, I have a well upgraded landfill. Oh, and our stored garbage has actually gone down a bit too. That is fantastic. But yeah, we're not getting rid of this garbage, so I'm hoping it's not having a too much of a dramatic effect on these buildings. I mean, the people are happy. Well, okay, maybe not entirely. Poor garbage services. That's interesting because, I mean, it is far, but at the same time, we do have 30 vehicles, maybe. Well, they do have a garbage truck depot. Maybe what I should do is, oh, never mind. Okay, I thought there was going to be like a small recycling center I could have put. I mean, there's really no alternative except an incinerator plant. But I don't think I want to do that yet. Oh, well, maybe it's working, guys. It might not be a bug after all. Look at this. The garbage has left. I think it was this building. Yeah, okay, so I guess it's just a question of distance at this point. So we'll leave it be. So I guess now we're going to enter part 2 of this episode, and I would just like to continue the general expansion of the southern peninsula here. There's nothing going to be too extravagant. However, southern St. Petersburg in real life does appear to have a pretty robust canal system. So I'm going to be building kind of like a similar thing here in town. So again, nothing too crazy. So I'm going to start off, I guess, over here. I'm going to try to keep things as straight as I possibly can, and I'm just going to move down like this. Guess I'll have a little canal going in this direction, and I guess I'm just going to wing it and then bring a canal like this. Sometimes it's a little challenging to know how your canals are going to develop, and to know like how much zoning you're gonna have on either side, but it looks like I can fit some nice 3 deep on either side. So I think that's gonna be nice. And then what happens if I do a roundabout here? Oh yeah, we'll have some houses on each corner. How about that? That'll look pretty neat. Alright, so I got a street layout started, and now what I'm going to do is work on my canal a little bit. So I'm going to start by removing some trees. Let's boost this up to 100%, reduce our size to, I don't know, maybe like 80 meters. And then we're going to start clearing all kinds of shrubbery around the canal system. And now what needs to be done is we have to remove this stretch of road and then build a bridge in its stead. So that tends to be a little bit more complicated with canals just because they're so low that it doesn't necessarily build an actual bridge. Yeah, so as you can see, it's not exactly building a bridge, and this is just because we're so low. But I think maybe if I can increase the height of this bridge to some extent. Okay, well that's a little too much. Oh, it doesn't even look like it's not even connected over here. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. Gotta be careful with anarchy sometimes. It can be a little dangerous. And there we go. We didn't even need anarchy for this. And then let's jump into move it and then increase the height of this bridge. Doesn't look like it's gonna have much effect though. Let's try to go in our road services and then convert this into a bridge. Is that gonna work? No. Yeah, sometimes it's a little challenging. What I can maybe do is take these nodes. Oh no, I can't move them independently of each other. How high does this bridge need to be? No, I don't think, no matter what we do, guys, it's just not gonna work. It is cool to have like this bump though, but at the same time it just makes it more apparent that it's not a bridge. Yeah, even then it's not working. Well, I guess this is gonna be what it is for now, unless you guys let me know down in the comments if you guys have any suggestions on how to remove those bridges. Alright, so now let's oh, I guess 5 meters is the minimum. So let's plop a water spawner over here, and then I'll do another one here, and then another one here, and just hope that that doesn't flood out our entire area. And other than that, we're ready to start zoning. So same kind of principle over here. I'm just gonna lay down a bunch of zoning and hope for the best. And then, like a lot of other areas in town, I'm gonna have to do some little tricks here to remove some zoning in certain areas. Oh yeah, looks like the canals are off to a good start. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of terraforming though. You know, these edges are quite jagged, and I'm gonna need to smooth them out. But I think first, if I can get all my zoning in place, then we'll be able to do that a little easier. There, so let's take it slow. Make sure that all of our zoning is coming in all nice. Now there's this piece here. I think I'll just have to sprout a little chunk of zoning like this. Yep, there we go. And then I can build this out. All right. Now we have a few apartment buildings here, and I would like to do the same thing that we've done in other parts of town, and that is building some small parking lots around them. So here, for example, I think if I built, actually I'll build a little street going through here, and then I'll build a parking lot just like this, and then I might build another one. I'll build a modest parking lot just beside my extension wing over on this side. Oh, look at that. We're finally making a dent in our low density demand. But it's still not all gone. Parking lot here. And this school is pretty massive. And that calls for a pretty massive parking lot. So let's build a little street coming into here, and then we'll do... Wow, this is a small parking lot. How big is a medium? Oh yeah, look at that. The medium parking lot fits perfectly. There, I think that's more appropriate. That's very Florida-like, if I say so myself. And then, you know what? Surrounding these buildings, sometimes it makes sense for there to be, you know, little parks. Maybe even a little playground. And then, how big is a dog park? Yeah, a little dog park around these buildings. And oh my god, guys, why do I not have any commercial demand? That's pretty wild, because the city is actually growing at a pretty decent pace. I'm really surprised by that. There, I'm gonna leave some open spaces for commercial buildings once we do have some demand starting to build up. There we go. Now, I want this area that I'm encircling here to be kind of a transition area between downtown and whatever area this is in. So I think what I'll do is we'll have some more row housing. Oh, I think I zoned a little too quickly, but that's okay. So let's have some more row housing in this area. And then actually, I think what I'll do is along the main road, I'll switch it up a little bit. I'll have the zoning come in like this. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then perhaps in between, I'll do some apartment buildings. Just like this. And why not some more office space? You know, I do have the demand for it. Why not? There. Now I know I just said that I kind of wanted this area to be a transitionary place. One thing that is quite, I don't know, I don't want to say unique to Florida because it happens quite a bit in a lot of American cities, is that there is no transitionary areas. They're just like low density and then boom, downtown. But I think I would like to have a smooth transition in this case, just because downtown is already, you know, fairly large and It's already a lot bigger than, you know, what St. Petersburg would be in real life. Oh, this would look cool. Big old apartment building right by the highway, just like this. And it appears that I am totally out of low density demand, guys. But that's okay because, you know, I built up a pretty decent area. And look at this. The canal is all filled in. Very nice. So while we're waiting for some of these areas to build up, let's work a little bit on terraforming. So I'm going to reduce my brush strength to maybe about 30. And then I'm just gonna brush through here with my soften tool. And then this is hopefully going to make the canals look a little bit more natural. Well, not natural because they're man-made to begin with, but not as jagged is what I should say. There. That looks a little better. And then I am going to go in here and let's load this area up with... Oh, we got a fire. Here, let's do some Florida palms here and there, as well as the occasional big old oak tree. Now with this area being so close to downtown, most of the time anywhere near downtown is going to be quite historical, so I'm going to load this area up with a few mature trees. If I can get them to fit. They don't want to fit in some spots. Here, let's just do some of them manually. I'm going to cheat a little bit and use Anarchy to fit some of these trees. And then maybe a couple of hickory as well. I don't know if hickory is native to Florida. If there's any arborists in the comment section, let me know. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. All the leafy trees, they kind of just look like leafy trees, and they should fit pretty much anywhere. So there we go. Oh my god, our demand is back. And our garbage is gone. Look at that, guys. Wow, the city is performing wonderfully right now. We're going through a massive, massive growth right now. But I'm kind of reluctant to expand too much because I want like a lot of these areas following the main roads to be commercial. Alright, so what I want to work on now is this little area here. So again, this is just going to be filled in with some residential areas. And can I fit a cul-de-sac? I think I extended this road a little too far out. Here, if I shorten this segment, then I can build a cul-de-sac. And there. So we could say that, you know, this road would have probably once connected to this road over here before the highway was built. I always try to incorporate history in my cities to some degree. There, we'll have some nice oceanfront properties over here. I'm gonna reclaim a little bit of land. These are kind of high up. I think I'm gonna lower this whole section right down to maybe about here. Yeah, just so we're a lot closer to the water level. But in doing that, now I have a ton of shrubbery in the way. So let's get rid of this. Uh-oh. Oh. There we go. And actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this, guys. I'm gonna make this area look a bit more refined. I'm gonna reclaim some land here and do this. Just like so, and then this land will abruptly stop here. And then let's do some little high rises. And then what this coastline is going to allow me to do is, if I grab a path here and I'm just going to follow oh, and I'm gonna raise this section up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's pretty low along the coast. You know, we still want to protect this area somewhat from flooding. And there we go, look at that. Makes a sort of artificial setup here. But then, I don't know if I'm a fan of this or not. Because not the entire coastline is all built up like this. So perhaps what I can maybe do is... Oh, hang on here. Oh yeah, look at that. And these mangroves, they kind of create a natural barrier. There, look at that. You know, so this mangroves, they help a lot with flooding, with surges. You know, when the water really starts to rise, it can help out a bunch in some pretty heavy weather situations. So let's do some wild bushes. I don't know, should I do like some little flowers too? Near the coast, and of course a good number of palm trees. There, look at that, guys. That is a beautiful coastline, if I say so myself. And now, in between these homes and this highway, let's plop a healthy dose of different trees, you know, to provide a bit of a sound barrier. There, how's about that? That looks pretty cool. And honestly, maybe I should put a another mansion over here. Maybe if I can fit one. Oh, that's way too large. This one as well. But the painter's mansion looks like it could fit quite comfortably in this spot without sacrificing too much real estate. Let's do right here. Look at that. And then this leaves us with an empty space. Can we fit maybe a basketball court? No, it's a little large. An outdoor gym. There we go. Shove some extra shrubbery in the back here, and there we go, guys. Wow, that looks magnificent. Far beyond my expectations. All right, well, I think I'm gonna call it. We've done a fair amount of progress in this episode. We've increased our population by quite a bit. Now, I'll have to check. Actually, what I should check is my unemployment rate. Let's check here. Okay, so it's still sitting at about 25%. Moved away 1,500 a month. So is this the homeless people that are moving out? Let's check our parks. No, we still have a bunch of homeless people in our parks. Maybe there's just not enough time that's elapsed. Let me just check in my options here. Evict period should be 45 in-game minutes. Oh, okay. That must be like actual like 45 minutes? Is that what that means? Okay, well, we're we're just about 45 minutes into this episode, so hopefully by the start of next episode, our population will have, you know, gone down a little bit. Well, not really. I don't want it to go down, but I do want to reduce the amount of homelessness in my city. So again, guys, that will do it for this episode. I really appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know down in the comments, and also by leaving a like. And in the next episode, I'd like to start to develop this coast here, this entire coastline. It's going to be pretty unique. There's going to be some more canals and lots of parks and things like that. Generally more low density, of course, but I think it should be pretty interesting. So, and actually, I'm just thinking of something last second here. I just want to connect these paths. I almost forgot to do that. So I think I'm gonna have to go from 1.25 meters to 1 there, and then I should be able to connect everything nicely together. Is there any way that I can connect all these up? I don't know. Maybe with anarchy? Oh yeah. With anarchy, everything just works. Here, why don't I even connect up this trail in the back? Just like this, and then another connection over here. Yeah, that's a lot better. All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching again, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.